There is no excuse to not be doing your warm-ups. It does not take too much time, but you know what does take too much time is being injured and not being able to work out. That takes a long time. I'm going to show you right here, right now, that you can get a warm-up done in 5 minutes or less. I'm pretty sure that's how this breaks down. I'm not very good at math, but it's going to be 4 exercises, 2 for the upper body, 2 for the lower body, that basically cover your entire musculature, okay? Get everything nice and loose and open and ready to go. Of course, they're going to be dynamic in nature because we want to do dynamic stretches before we do our workouts as to prepare our body for the workout to come. Now, warm-ups are not just great for injury prevention. That's going to be probably their main benefit, but the other thing is that it could very well help you perform better in your workout, and thus you're going to have better gains in the long term because you perform better, then you can push more in your workouts, and of course, as I said, make more gains. So, first one is my absolute favorite. Oh, actually, hold on. Before I get into them, you don't have to just do these before your workouts. You could start your day with these, and you're going to feel really good because you're going to start by getting the blood flowing and everything nice and loose and open. And you know, life itself is a workout. Am I right? Okay. Anyway, first exercise, the over-under. Absolute favorite. By the way, you're going to need a resistance. You're not going to need, but I'm going to suggest a resistance band for at least the upper body warm-ups I'm going to show off here. And it does not have to be this kind of resistance band. It can also be the tube kinds. And I'll also show you, you could use a mobility stick if you prefer, but I like resistance bands quite a bit more. Anyway, over-under. I call it over-under. I'm sure this one goes by other names if you've seen it before, but you're taking a resistance band over your body, or your head, sorry, and then underneath your butt cheeks. Okay, that's why I call it that. But this one covers your chest, your shoulders, the front of your shoulders primarily. It sort of activates your upper back and the back of your shoulders. And it also will stretch out your forearms and a little bit of biceps as well. Simple as over the head, under the butt, back around. And keep in mind, it's going to be harder the closer your hands are together to pull that band apart because, again, you're trying to keep the arms straight. And once you get overhead, you're going to start pulling, trying to still keep those arms straight and not compensate, and pull it back. So if that's too hard to do at a certain width with the hands, just widen the hands, okay? It's going to be much easier, and then over time, you can work towards bringing those hands closer together. But if it proves to be too challenging if it proves to be too challenging to use a band at all, you can probably get by with some intentional, not just loosey-goosey, whatever the heck, shoulder rolls, okay? Forward and backwards. Make them relatively large so you can get the chest involved. But again, ideally, over-under. And I think it's pretty straightforward how you would use a stick for that one. Ba-boop. It's not as fun though because you can't get it underneath your butt cheeks as well. Second upper is the lat side to side or the lat lateral. And that's where we're going to take a band again. But we're going to start with it over our head. Put some tension in that band. And then you're going to lean to the side. Wah! And this one is getting those ginormous lats on your sides. Okay, very big muscles that attach from shoulder to hip. So it's technically not just upper body, it's also lower body. And that's the main benefit of this one, but the lats aren't really covered very much, if at all, in the over-under. So this sort of completes that. And the lats, again, are going to be very important for both shoulder and hip health. So there you go. And probably don't need to demonstrate this, but stick, same deal. Very straightforward. You don't need to have either of these tools per se. So if you don't have either tool, you can still do a similar thing, just not quite as effective if you ask me. Woo! Now the 2 lower body exercises do not require any equipment. Okie dokie. And the first of the 2, I'm going to show several variations because why not, right? So for my money, your glutes and your hip flexors are some of the most important areas for the sake of your lower back. Amongst other things, but especially the lower back, which tends to be a problem area for many. So, boop, ba-doop, figure 4. Okay, we know this stretch, but of course we're doing dynamic stuff here because we're warming up, as I said. So, that means we're moving through the stretch. Pull it in and release. Pull it in and release. Pull it in and release, okay? That feels so good, okay? Anyway, of course, we got to do the other side as well. Woo! Woof! Yahoo! Amazing, awesome. So that's the glutes. Obviously, I'll get to the hip flexor stuff with the second exercise, but I got to also show you a couple more variations of that one. You can also do like so. Basically doing a half pigeon pose, leaning in and release, in and release, okay? And then the final is going to be the figure 4 squat, okay? And this one is the most challenging of all of the above because it requires you to be actually squatting through the figure 4, okay? And you can do this one if you have the balance for it. You could technically do it just from standing. Might not be as effective though because having some added stability will allow you to stretch a little bit deeper. So, I mean, you can use a mobility stick, again, to add some stability, or go up to a wall, you know, an exercise machine, anything that is stable enough to help you balance and perform those figure 4 squats. And then the final exercise is going to be I don't know what it's called, but we're going to be leaning in towards that front knee with the other one back, stretching that hip flexor. And then when you lean forward, stretching the hamstrings. Bam. Oh, and of course, we're also getting the ankles going here. Boom. Stretch those hamstrings, flex that quad, get it ready to go. When we move forward, again, we're getting a lot of them hip flexors, which also cover some of your quads. Boop, boop. Okay, and I'm not big on prescribing, if that's the word, rep ranges for these. I say typically just do them till they feel good. It's probably going to be at least 10 reps per, at least. You could also look at it as doing 30 seconds worth for each one. So that's not going to be that much time, y'all. It's not that. It's that right there. I gave you a beautiful, amazing warm-up that if you don't have time for that, I don't know what to tell you. Now that is more of your general warm-up, getting the entire body just ready to go in a general sense, but I also encourage that you do lighter sets of the exercises you're actually talking so fast, sorry. Lighter versions of the exercises you're going to be performing in your workouts as well. But make sure that for those sets, you are not exhausting your body because that defeats the purpose of a warm-up. It is just to prepare. It's kind of like practice, okay? So it's not like you're going from 0 to your heaviest weight, okay? You kind of work up, but not with the intention of really challenging the weights. It's just about getting ready. A little bit of a rehearsal, you know what I mean? Okay, anyway, there you go. Everything you wanted to know about warming up. Thank you for watching. I wish you health and happiness, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.